Hey folks, Deano here again, and yeah, the obsession continues. Yeah, this is the newest Gunpla Gundam Wing model kit that I purchased. This is the RG version of the Wing Gundam in 1 to 144th scale. And yeah, basically I found it on Amazon at a reduced price, so I thought, why not? I might as well. And yeah, I'll say it right off the rip. This model kit blows the bootleg out of the water. The one that I reviewed. God, I'm not even sure now. It was the first review I done anyway. You can go back and look at it if you so choose. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is the Wing Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. This is alongside Dragon Ball, basically one of the anime that got me into anime in the first place. This was on before Dragon Ball Z. On, did it start off as Toonami or Cartoon Network X? I'm not actually sure, to be honest with you, but it was on before it. I know that much. I remember that much. But yeah, these real grade model kits, as they're called, are basically what a Gundam mobile suit would look like if it existed in real life. Hence the massive amount of added detail, as opposed to something like this, for example. This is the bootleg that I reviewed, which, and I'll say it right off the rip, there's nothing wrong with this bootleg. This one still, like, literally plays the part really well, especially for £4. So I will put a link in the description for this guy if you do decide to purchase. But yeah, the real grades are just on a whole other level. They really are. So yeah, let's get this guy off the turntable and take a look at the box. So yeah, this is pretty much your standard RG level Gunpla box, made by Bandai Namco, and little copyright there for Sunrise, who are the creators of the Gundam universe. So yeah, like I said before, the RG line is just far beyond the HD line, or the HG line, sorry. But that's not to say the HG line itself isn't bad. Like, I am currently waiting on the Heavy Arms and the Death Scythe getting delivered, alongside a couple of bootlegs as well, which some of you might be happy with. I've got the Death Scythe Hell and the RG78 GTO version from everyone's favourite bootleg company, King Dong. Yeah, those are on the way. So look out for those. But yeah, going back to the box, Wing Gundam, Colonies Liberation Organisation mobile suit, and then the serial number. We have Bandai Spirits 2021, so this is a much more recent kit than the ones I've reviewed previously, which is the bootleg Wing 0EW and the Wing 0. All of those were HD kits. Well, no, the Wing 0EW wasn't, but that wasn't really a real grade apart from the inner skeleton. So yeah. Something I've not noticed before, same as Tamashi, the Bandai have a nice little blurb here at the bottom, especially for real grades. So real grade is designed to recreate the real thing with fine details and an abundance of colour parts. Movable parts with the widest possible range of movement are equipped on a pre-assembled inner frame. That is now a lie. I'm sorry, Bandai, but that's a lie. Recent kits have pretty much been doing away with the whole MS joint system. In fact, the Wing Gundam technically only has 2 parts, and they're not even joints. They're just ABS plastic that they're calling the MS joint system for the shoulder pads. So yeah, it was a really good idea at the time when they first implemented these, but unfortunately those joints get really loose over time, and so there really isn't any point in Bandai using them, which is why they're moving away from it. So yeah, some nice promo shots on the side. Some pictures here. No glue required. That is kind of a lie. Sorry, Bandai. But some of the small parts in this kit, you really want to glue. Like that green gem on his chest, that wasn't even tight for me. And it's not as if I cut too much plastic off it. I shaved it perfectly to fit in the slot. Didn't work. It just kept popping out, so that got super glued. There's a couple other parts that you could be doing with super glue, but they've not fell off yet. But yeah, kind of a lie, Bandai. Not gonna lie. So on this side, we have some more pictures here. Another mention of the advanced MS joint, which is just for the wings. They're not even joints, they just stick into place. And yeah, other than that, just your standard Gunpla style box. So let's take a look at what he comes with. So in terms of accessories, he comes with a fair amount. Not too shabby by any means. So first off, he comes with a pair of fists, which are in 2 pieces. You have to put them together. Same with all the hands. You get a pair of... Wait a minute. That's wrong. You get a pair of grippy style hands, which are just done in a grey plastic. There's enough detail that you don't really need to touch them. All of these holding hands have a sort of peg inside, which attaches to the weapons, keeps them in place, which is decent enough. You have a hand with a trigger finger, specifically for his Buster rifle, which can destroy an entire colony in one shot. So yeah, it's nice that they included that, because it's more angled. It is really nice. And finally, you get a pair of splayed open hands, which unfortunately for me, one of these I had to immediately glue a finger before it fell off completely, because it was already hanging off on the sprue. I'm not sure what happened with it, but yeah, a bit unfortunate, but yeah, not as if I'll be using it much anyway. He'll be holding both the sword and the rifle with how they have fixed the shield this time. He comes with his Buster rifle, which actually has a lot of separated details this time. It's not just one piece of plastic, pretty much. So much so that you can pop it apart and actually take the energy cartridges out. So yeah, really, really cool design there. Not really something you'll be using a whole lot, to be honest, but it's a cool design. One thing I will say is those sort of metallic stickers that's on the cartridges, those do not stick at all. I have basically have to shove them into the rifle. The minute I take out one of these cartridges, the sticker will probably fall off. So yeah, a bit disappointing there, but other than that, it's completely fine. The handle does rotate one way or the other. That's for the transformation. I'll probably try and show the transformation this time, but I really don't like doing it with the Wing Gundams. It's so pathetic looking. But yeah, lots of separated plastic colours. Compare that to the one you get in the HG kit, which I know I keep referring to this as the HG kit, even though it's the bootleg, but it's pretty much the an identical kit to the original. But yeah, lots of extra detail there. I do really like the look of that. He has 2 beam saber blades, which again, I'm assuming Bandai want you to heat these up and have one with a sort of curve in it, which you can do. A lot of customizers do that with the spare blade, if they have a spare blade, that is. And yeah, no bubbles to speak of in this clear green plastic, and I believe it's fluorescent as well, which is really nice. You get the beam saber hilt itself, which has a lot of extra detail compared to the HG kit, and even what was it? The Wing EW. Yeah, a lot of detail. Really like that. And that just pops in. Beam sabers are basically lightsabers if they were the size of a skyscraper. So yeah. And just to show you, you pop the hands apart like so. Try not to lose it. And the peg system is in the hand, whereas with the Wing Custom EW, it was in the handle, which was very brittle, very prone to breaking. In fact, I've already had to swap out one of the gun handles. So yeah, but yeah, that's not going anywhere. That's nice and secure. Really do like that. And same deal with the trigger finger. You just pop it apart. Hope it doesn't go flying everywhere. There we go. And that just fits straight into the handle, like so. Nice secure fit. And then you pop that together. You could probably glue these hands to like the rifle and the sword or the beam saber, to be completely honest with you. They're not really going to be doing much else. And finally, you get a crotch grabber adapter, which, I mean, for how much you're paying for these kits, you would expect to get a stand. Let's be completely honest. I don't understand why the bootlegs come with stands and the real ones don't, but there you go. Just something we have to deal with, I suppose. And that literally just slots up your bum and you pop it onto a stand, which is fair enough. So yeah, let's take a look at the model now. So yeah, in terms of model kits, this is like easily my favourite model kit so far. I know I've only built a few, but yeah, I am loving the extra detail on this guy. I really am. Like, this puts the Wing Zero EW to shame, and they're supposedly from the same line. Like, the Wing Zero EW looked amazing, but it was really, really fiddly, and yeah, I'm honestly terrified to touch it so much because of the MS joint issue, which will mean it will get loose eventually. So yeah, I really don't want that to happen. But yeah, unfortunately for this guy, he has a lot of trouble standing, hence why he's on a stand. Even just standing still, he does not want to stand up, and it's purely because of these wings. I will say before anything else, the suit itself, the RG line, its main goal is to add a lot of extra detail without you having to really customize it. But I still felt it needed some panel lining. So places like in the circles, I've outlined the edge on his face, on the head itself, and basically most panels I have panel lined, but a lot of the detail is from the inner skeleton itself. I have panel lined these parts on his skirt as well, and some of the legs and the wings. But yeah, you would probably be able to get away with not doing that, to be completely honest with you. It would still look really good. I just really advise it, especially for HG kits, but you can do it with these too. I put some orange on the yellow as well, give that a bit of depth, and just some black on the red to give it a bit of depth as well, because the sort of red pen wasn't really working for me, so yeah, might as well. But yeah, these wings are a point of contention for a lot of model kit builders. If we bring in the HG bootleg kit, you can see that the wings on the HG are a lot more simple, which, I mean, to be honest, is correct for the TV version of the suit. But yeah, the HG kit, or the RG kit, sorry, because they're supposedly, if it existed in real life, they like to add a lot of extra details. So, whereas these wings just go up and out like that, these wings really split apart. And I mean really split apart. Some parts of it are a bit finicky. So yeah, let's keep it going. Come on. The wings are incredibly finicky. Bear with me 2 seconds, folks. There we go. So yeah, that's them splayed out. So TV accurate, RG accurate. But yeah, there's a hell of a lot more detail there. I've just realised I forgot to panel line the interior of the red, but it won't matter. I don't plan on splaying them out like that, because I personally don't think it looks good, like at all. I get that they were going for, but I'll stick to accurate. Thanks, Bandai. But yeah, like I just said, if you don't like how that looks, don't do it. It's as simple as that. Like, I heard people saying they weren't buying this model kit purely because of that. Like, you put it down like this, you're not going to notice a difference. Let's be completely honest. But yeah, in terms of like other details, there are a few stickers I put on. I didn't put on a lot of the RG stickers because I don't want it to stand out too much on my shelf compared to the rest of the kits. But I did put some on that would probably not look out of place. So I put some on shoulders, these little red parts here and here, a bit on the feet, and I put a little bit on the shield as well. And also the name of the suit on the inside of the wings, which I would treat as like a trademark. I don't know why they wanted you to put it on the back of the wings. I thought that looked horrendous, so I didn't bother. But yeah, overall, like, the details on this guy are fantastic. I really can't stress that enough. Like, the difference in detail between this kit and the other one is just insane to me. And the articulation is quite a bit better as well. These are like mini figure arts to me, honestly. But yeah, with RG kits, most of the grey that you see is an inner skeleton that, for whatever reason, you don't build before putting on the so-called armour pieces, which I thought that would have been a better idea. I thought that would have been really cool if you built the skeleton and then built the suit on top of it. But that is Bandai for you. I suppose if you're experienced enough with these kits, you'd be able to do that pretty much with your eyes closed, but I am not that experienced yet. I'm getting decent with the panel lining and stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means. So yeah, let's get this guy off the stand and take a look at the articulation, shall we? So head is on a double ball peg. Well, it's actually a ball peg at the top and then a hinge at the bottom. So it gets a lot of back and forwards. Does do side to side. Kind of runs into its own armour though. You put it back enough, it can look up that much. You put it forward, can't really look down any, unfortunately, but it is a suit of armour. Shoulders, you can, I'll show it on this side, because that side's got the shield and it's a pain back side. Arms can get that far if you move the shoulder. If you move the wing out of the way, you get complete 360 movement. You get a good butterfly joint. You can also, which is new for this kit as far as I'm aware, the entire thing popped out. You can pop that out and get even more range out of that shoulder, but me personally, I'll just be keeping that snapped together. It doesn't really look that great to me, to be completely honest. The shoulder has a lot of movement. It can also pop out for transformation. Double joint at the elbow. These talon pieces do get in the way though. That's one thing that this kit has over that one, is that you can actually pop that out the way. This one you can't, so that's as far as you get with the elbow joint, which is still perfectly serviceable. Ball joint at the wrist, which does have 2 points. You can pull it out a bit and get some more range out of that. You can pop it in for a more seamless look. Biceps full, obviously. There is a joint at the waist, so you can crunch forward that much, crunch back a little. You can pop the ball joint out a bit to get some more range in and out. There you go. So you can get a lot more range out of that. Pop it down, secures it in place. Job's a good one. As for the legs, I don't know why they did this. For whatever reason, the skirt pieces now connect at the front instead of getting into the side. The side give it a lot more range, in my opinion. So now it gets as far as that, which is still a decent amount of range, but hinders the legs ever so slightly. The HG kit, you could basically move that all the way up there, but that pops the ball joint off with this version. So yeah, bit annoying. There is a thigh rotation. There is a back and forward joint at the hip, but it's very tight and I wouldn't recommend using it so much. Side skirt gets out of the way, so you can get pretty much splits. It does pop off. It's a model kit, so things will pop off here and there. That's the whole point. So you can get about that much of the splits before the side skirts pop off. Back skirt does work. This piece moves as well. That becomes a sort of landing gear for his flight mode. Double joint at the knee, so you can get that far. You can also pop this to get even more range out of it. Doesn't really do a whole lot, to be completely honest. It's more just for transformation. Feet have that much bend that way. Bends a bit more out. Goes forward and back. I know I said that back to forward, but and toe articulation, which goes down the way and not up. That again is for transformation. So yeah, all in all, I really love this. I love the shield as well. I forgot I didn't actually mention that. The shield, he now no longer holds it with his hand, which means he has both hands free for both his weapons. You don't have to choose which one goes where. I'm going to pop these together. There we go. Come on. There we go. Heard the click there. So yeah, that connects to a port on the back of his arm. Sorry, I am not showing this off too well. There we go. Why are you not focusing? Come on. There we go. So yeah, clicks in. There is a port on both arms, so now you can swap which direction he goes in. And this piece separates. The beam saber goes in there for storage. It's actually quite cool. Bear with me 2 seconds till I show it. So yeah, looks as if it's too big, but as you move it, there is actually a hinge on the system itself, which pops it in and out, which I thought was really, really cool. Just that is the sort of standard you're talking about with RG kits. There's just so much added detail these days, it's unreal. But yeah, basically I love this kit to pieces. This is basically my favourite. Just a shame it can't really stand up to save itself. I will now quickly show you the converted mode. I'm not doing it on camera because I hate doing it on camera, but yeah. Wish me luck. And yeah, that is the wing in its flight mode. I probably forgot to do some stuff. Yeah, I did with the shoulders and things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what you can expect. I don't think anyone ever displays their wingsuits like this, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I probably heavily butchered this transformation. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. So yeah, guys, all in all, an absolutely fantastic Gunpla model kit. Not quite as beginner friendly as, for example, like the HG line or the bootlegs. But yeah, if you're looking to dip your feet into like more detailed kits and things of that nature, then I absolutely recommend this guy. This kit's pretty much perfection to me, like, I'll be honest. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the description below, down in the comments. And like I said before, I'll put a link to the bootleg in the comments, as well as all the parts that I use to build these kits. But yeah, until next time guys, I'll see y'all later.